Hello, I'm Antonia from Oldham and Rochdale Sling Library, and I'm just making a series of instructional videos since we can't meet up at the moment because of all of the coronavirus restrictions. This is an instructional video for how to use a ring sling, and I'm showing them all with a newborn baby. So with a ring sling you want to start holding the rings in whichever's your main hand. So I prefer to use it with my right hand, and because I like the rings on my right shoulder. But feel free to do it the other way around if it feels uncomfortable to you. So the rings, I start off in my right hand and I drape the fabric across my back. So what I want is it to be nice and flat, not twisted, and I want it to be nicely spread out. So pull the fabric over my shoulder and I have it just near my collarbone, just underneath really. Once it's kind of just sat there, let go of it for a minute and gather the rest of the wrap. So what I want to do is just gather the fabric up so that I can easily thread it through the rings. Once it's thread through both rings, I open the rings up over the top one and under the bottom one. And once it's through both rings, I can then, so I'm using both edges of the fabric to pull it tight. So what I tend to do is tighten it around my body and then put my thumb in and loosen it just enough so that I can squeeze baby into that space. I prefer to have it nice and tight before baby's in. It means that there's less adjustment once I've actually put them into the sling, and I find it easier so I don't end up with my rings moving down my body. So rings nice and high, this tail just hanging down, and I've put my thumb into the fabric to pull it down. So I aim for between the bottom of my ribs and the top of my hip. There's not much room, but it's there. And then once I've got that, I'm going to pick baby up and they'll go on this shoulder. So baby's up, move the tail out of the way, put your hand under the fabric and you're guiding baby's legs through the fabric. And what you're kind of wanting them to do is to sit on this gathered piece of fabric, almost like a rope swing, so you can see that their knees are up, their bottom's out, and they're sat on this piece of fabric. Once they're kind of sat in that position with their legs spread apart, you then use your swap hands that are supporting baby's back and use your thumb to grab this fabric here, and you're just gently easing it up. So you don't want to just pull the whole thing in one go because it'll slip out from under the bottom. But you're just gently going round, pulling it up, so that you still end up with some of the fabric gathered under there, and then some of the fabric up, supporting the back. Once that's up, you can see we've got this loose bit of fabric here, and what we're going to do is pull the fabric around towards the rings, and then if you see, you pull this top bit, and the top bit tightens together, so, and you can pull that through. And then if you want to tighten this bottom edge where they're sat, grab the other side and tighten that, and then baby is nice and supported. What you can also do with this tail is tuck it under here to get a little soft kind of cushion to support baby. And we're going to go through the guidelines to make sure that they're comfortable. So it's tight, I'm not having to hold them, I don't feel like I need to catch them. They're in view. This t-shirt's very annoying, baby. They're close enough to kiss. Keep their chin off the chest to protect their airway. And again, we've got a nice supported round back, and that's to protect their spine. To get them back out again, pull this down and put the hand under the bottom. Lift them ever so slightly. It'll take the pressure off the rings, and then if you just lift the ring just enough so that it's loose, and then you can pull it down, grab the shoulders and lift them out. And that's it. Now when you come to reuse your ring sling, if you just leave it set up, you don't need to refasten it every time. It's much quicker to get baby in the next time. So just leave it as it is, and then when you pick baby up next time, it's usually ready for you to just go. And it's quite quick once you've done it a few times. It's a bit of a skill to practice tightening, but once you've done it a few times it becomes second nature, and it's quite quick to do. Baby's in. Keep the fabric under the bottom and find the edge, the seam, tighten, and they're in. And out. There you go. Thank you very much. If you've got any questions at all, pop them in the comments below and I'll try and get back to you with some troubleshooting. Thank you. Bye.